Hey guys, welcome back to the beta world. I'm in a little outpost in my world, quite far away from all the action. It's here for a pretty specific reason, which will become pretty evident as we go out here. I caved. I finally built a farm. I think I had pretty good reason to build this farm, but this is a passive mob farm, if you don't know, because passive mobs spawn constantly in beta. And it's very good at its job. Now I built this for a very specific reason. To gather the wool I need by hand, I calculated it would take about 42 hours, which is a lot of time just walking around and waiting for sheep to spawn. So I decided I would build this, which is good because just walking around waiting for sheep to spawn, I get about 4 stacks an hour, but this I get 18. So it is very much a very big improvement. This particular design by mine farm automatically sorts out sheep and cows from pigs and chickens. There's a pig. The pig flows off to the side, and fortunately for him, becomes food. The chickens just get automatically killed as well because there's really no use for them. In that short time, I got how much Red Bull? Back. This is all the dye I have, as you can see. A lot of dye because I need a lot of wool. And the way this farm works is there's a perimeter, which is 320 by 320, where all the grass is cleared out. So the only place the animals can spawn is up here, and they try to spawn every 20 seconds. Just as I came here today, I realized that I messed up. That used to be dirt. So the first order of business for today is to turn all of this back into dirt. Need to turn all this back into dirt, and hopefully I actually get it right this time. The method for getting rid of grass is quite simple. You just use a hoe, fill it, and it will just naturally become dirt. And with that quick work, the last of the nice green grass is replaced. Did a quick look and I didn't find any grass, so hopefully I've sorted that problem out. Back inside the house, you can just see it over there, and hopefully it stays brown. I don't know how much of a practical effect this will actually have on the efficiency, but better be safe than sorry. Currently making my way back to the future city area, and I haven't made any railways to the mob farm yet, and I might. I've been working on other stuff, other priorities. It's not that long of a walk, and it's definitely worth it considering how good it is. Kind of makes sense that it'd be quite a little bit hard to get to. As we come into the city area, you can see straight away a bit of a change. One of the first things I did after the last video, they actually changed the stone and replaced it with dirt. And you can see I've sectioned off all the grass. This grass was already there, just been all sectioned off. What I have actually been working on is this area, as you can see. Or you actually can't see yet. This is an old backup, just to show you what this area used to look like. You can see One thing that I actually don't like about beta very much, probably one of my least favorite bits, is that there are no oceans. Oceans don't generate big oceans. So you get water, but you don't get big, endless oceans. And I wanted to turn this place into one of them. And this is the rewards of my labor. Now don't worry about this dirt structure. We'll come back to that. But as you can see, there is a whole bunch of ocean, which you couldn't see before. Can still kind of see the bottom. It's only 3 blocks deep, but it's sometimes you just got to live a little bit of imperfection. So I think it's pretty damn close to being perfect. If this was stone, I think like that stone, you can really great color, but I'm not going to just force myself to do that because there's really no point. On the subject of this boat, this is a boat, first of all, if you couldn't tell, but I actually lied to you again because this is not the latest copy of the world. If we go to the actual world, and I promise this is actually the latest copy of the world, you can see that this is the progress on the boat. And this is what I was doing actually just yesterday. So let's come along quite a long way. So why don't we go take a proper look at it? So it is 191 blocks long. It's based off a real boat. To scale, I've got pictures and I followed some tutorials. It's my first boat I've built, so don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm making it up and having quite a bit of fun. So this is the boat. That's how deep the boat is going to be. Very big. From this front view, I think you can start to kind of see the vision. I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out. Had a bit of builder's paralysis actually starting this thing because I had all the dirt laid out. I knew where this front would have to start, but I didn't exactly know how to do that. But I'm actually pretty happy with how this came out. Just had to get over the edge and actually start. But as you can see, this whole area I have drained, which there are no sponges in this version. There are sponges, but they are unobtainable. So I just had some sand, filled it in just like this, and you can actually see where the old seabed was. This is the 3 blocks of water, and then under that. So what I'm going to do now, I think the best thing to work on is fill this side in, and then work on the areas. I did that area, but work on these like bottom sides are easy. You can just fill them in. So that I need 7,449 red wool, 3,056 black wool, which equates to 116 stacks of red and 48 of black, which comes out at 4 stacks an hour to be about 42 hours. So that is why I caved and built the passive mob farm, because 42 hours of gathering wool. It's even worse than gathering wood. So yeah, even with the time of building that farm, I think it's gonna make up for the amount of time I would have spent gathering wool many times over. It is so much faster, and it's almost kind of too good. It feels doesn't feel the same getting wool. I think it was probably the right idea to build it. Yep. Want this to be pretty symmetrical. That's at least the idea. Okay, there we go. That is left side, I think, basically filled in. Still got these bits on the side, but I've checked. As far as I can tell, it's pretty symmetrical. Oh, that little red spot shows where the red pokes out of the water. So at the stern and here at the bow, the red is going to be just above the waterline, and then for the rest it will be just below. Which is how the boat actually looks. I guess the next thing to do is get these 2 sections filled up. So yeah, I think that looks pretty well. At least from the inside, that looks pretty good. And I cannot see. So, never mind. I guess we'll have to see when we do that reveal. Bring this back into the water. That is looking a lot more like a boat now that it's all filled in. And there we go. I think that is the bow of this ship done. As far as the shape goes, well, judging by all these sounds, I think it is probably a good idea if I don't know if I actually want to light up the bottom. I guess I could flood it, but I definitely want to make sure I light this up first. I reckon that'll be enough torches. Alright, now we've got the bow done. I think it's time to move on to the stern. So I'm going to start by draining out this area. Now I've got to take all this sand back out. Okay, so finished draining all this out. I ended up changing my tactic using torches because look at this, it's all sand because this is all a deep part of the ocean. And it goes pretty far back. So changed to using torches and I got that done pretty quickly. Now it's time to actually start working on the shape. Okay, so just working on the stern, and I think I've got the shape down for this back spot. I'm only doing one side for now, but I think I've got the shape down. I moved that section, so this will be the section where it actually starts curving. That's going to be straight. That's the rudder. I'm thinking about making the rudder, not the rudder, that's the propeller. I'm thinking about making that out of iron blocks because I think that'd be kind of cool, but I'll see. But yeah, so that's where I'm up to right now. Okay, I've got most of the shape down. Pretty happy with it. Still got to do this part, but I'm gonna copy it over to the left side, the port side, or just first get all symmetrical, and then go from there. Okay, guys. Well, that took a little bit longer than I hoped. I've kind of got the basic shape sorted out, so now I'm gonna replace this with wool, and then fill it in. That should be a little bit quicker because now I know the shape, just gotta fill it in. Hey guys, I'm back. I just replaced all of this, but unfortunately, I had the game open and power went out for like 10 minutes, and that means that my statistics have been completely reset. It's pretty unfortunate. I can't click those, but luckily I have screenshots from not that long ago, like maybe 10 days ago, of pickaxes and shovels and all that. This actually happened to me before. Happened like last year. Same thing. And as far as I can tell, there's no way I can really get the statistics back. But yeah, this has ended up being actually really hard. I'm struggling to kind of wrap my head around this build and how I'm gonna blend it back into the original ship. But I'm working on it. I think it's gonna be this. I guess I'll fill in this starboard side first. Get that all filled in, and then we'll see how it's looking. Okay, now that is all filled in. And I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out. From the inside, I mean, it's kind of, you can't really tell how it looks from the inside. But if we go on the outside, start to see a bit of the shape, and if we look down there, come down, see that is, I'll tell you, that is a complex shape to make. I just kind of made it up. I mean, I've never built a boat before, and there's not any tutorials about like this kind of boat. Most of the videos are just about like pirate ships and medieval ships and stuff like that. So I really just kind of had to make it up, and I do have like a 3D model, and so I'm kind of just look at that and find the basic contours, and I did put one into some like voxelizer thing, but it wasn't actually that helpful. So for the most part, I just kind of made it up, and I'm pretty happy with how both these sections turned out. The middle section is the easiest because it is just the same pattern over and over again. But what I am gonna do is just finish up this last part. Bit hard against the current here, but kind of trying to make it work. Yeah, that is looking pretty cool. That's all the blocks placed. I'm gonna have to light up this bottom section, or I could probably flood it either. I think that just the last thing to do is to just light this all up, because I don't want a creeper coming in and blowing up this, because not exactly the easiest thing to just repair. And with that, I think basically got all of it above here. Don't think there's any spawning under right now. But I may light that up, but there's not much point because I'm gonna probably remove that sand pretty soon. Got quite a lot done in this episode. Definitely the two most complex parts of the boats. This was this was definitely the hardest part, because this is here it's flat and it kind of it's like conical, but it's a whole mess. I just kind of made it up, but it did work, which is the important thing. So that is going to be me, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one.